Few tanks in military history are as easily recognizable and influential as the M4 Sherman medium tank of the United States. Hello everybody and welcome to Nate Presents History. I'm glad to have you here for my short presentation video on the M4 Sherman. The M4 Sherman was the main battle tank of the United States during World War II, with a notable service life later in Korea. Armed with a modest 75mm cannon and 3-inch steel armor that could vary, and Continental R975 C1 engine, she proved herself to be a reliable tank for the US and her allies. So it's no surprise that the M4 Sherman saw many engagements across Europe, Africa, and the Pacific. And because of this reputation, the M4 earned itself the title of the most produced tank in US history. The M4 Sherman was designed by the US Ordnance Department on the grounds of replacing the M3 Lee medium tank, which, better known as the Coffin for Six Brothers, was not very effective in many engagements it found itself in. And because the M4 Sherman was a medium tank, it had light tank developments implemented, such as its rubber brush tracks. While hailed for its beautiful performance and its relatively cheap cost to produce, the M4 Sherman took a notable dip towards the end of the war, shown in many films, and because they were facing Germany's new toys. Big cats such as the Tiger and Panther tanks were actually rare to actually come across an M4 Sherman. So it's more of a exaggeration myth, if anything, that they came across them constantly. But in the rare circumstances that M4 Sherman did come across one of the big cats, it was more or less catastrophic. A decent or mediocre representation of this would be the war film Fury, in which a Tiger tank pretty much destroys an entire convoy of M4 Shermans, while a real Tiger tank commander, or any tank commander for that matter, could not have left cover in the fact he did, or shoot out the rear tank in the convoy before the first. It does a decent job of showing the raw firepower that a Tiger tank would have. But besides her late war shortcomings, M4 Sherman was a good tank. It was easy to produce and cheap, and was a great representation of the US's strength in numbers doctrine. So with that in consideration, it is one of the best tanks that the US has ever created, and it will continue to be an icon for American machinery during World War II. Hey, if you made it this far in the video, I'd like to give you my thanks. This is my first time actually uploading on this channel, so if I made any mistakes in editing or even factual knowledge, I'd love to hear what I did wrong in the comments to help improve myself. This is Nate Presents History, and have a good day.